Ah. I told you, right? How convenient. I take notice of a familiar face standing among the chaos. He's facing the non-human with some of the GPM members. I finally found Mr. Rindo. The men are closing in on the surrounded non-human, following the detailed orders given by Mr. Rindo. On Mr. Rindo's command, the men fired their weapons. Immediately after, Mr. Rindo tosses a round object toward the non-human. Upon contact, it explodes, dispersing light pink smoke around the area. The smoke drifts so far that it reaches the bushes we're hiding behind. Oh God. Keep it together, Ignis. We're not even supposed to be here. Huh? I don't smell anything. That can only mean whatever Mr. Rindo just tossed out there. It must have been one of those non-human weapons. I looked toward where the grenade was tossed to find the non-human slowly losing its motor function. Seizing the opportunity, Mr. Rindo quickly closes in on it and... Oh. No, the lion. I like the lion. That's all I could hear from him. Yikes. He puts his gun to its head and pulls the trigger. The non-human slowly crumples to the ground. It lands with a loud thud. It kicks up dust into the air. The non-human meekly cries out its final roar as if it were calling to someone for help. It stops moving. Seeing the life leave its body, Mr. Rindo slowly lays down his weapon. He turns around to the other GPM members.
任務終了。いつものように頼む。
With Mr. Rindo's orders, the GPM men lift the non-human into a container. Boy, this is so fucking dumb. Yeah, I acted like lions were humans to begin with. Like, if you said like remember in that other main chapter 8 or main chapter whatever the fuck it was, Ignis's main chapter, in which, you know, the bull thing came out from another world, whatever, it was terrorizing the human world. It wasn't non-human bull, it was like demon bull or something like that. So what non-human lion? I don't get that. That's redundant. Immediately after, the GPM go around to the other men. It looks like they're carrying out their own injured men from the front line. They were moving in formation and very systematically, suggesting they've done this many times before. I'm not sure what to do now. Should I just come out and show myself, or should I just keep hiding? Oh, please don't make this a choice. I don't know. As I ponder what to do, he finds me.
Yo, 割と動けるじゃねえか、みんな。
Idiot! Before I could stop Ignis, well, he saved me from a choice, so... You lovable idiot! Yeah, before I could stop Ignis, he steps out and starts up a conversation. Uh, of course, Mr. Rindo looks toward us and fixes his gaze on me.
イグニス。それに琴音ちゃんまで。
I slowly come out of the bushes, a bit embarrassed to be found like this.
そんなところで覗き見かい。危な。いや、まあイグニスがいるから平気かもしれないけど、驚いたな。
We were just walking by when we noticed the GPM outside the park, so I haphazardly explained what happened and why we were there. To which Mr. Rindo chuckles in disbelief. Of course he wouldn't believe me. As for Ignis, he's very vocal about how Mr. Rindo could have done better and how he'd like to challenge him to a fight. Of course, Ignis is elbowing him jokingly, but as for me, I'm not really sure what to say, especially with the current situation I'm in.
落ち着かないみたいだけど、さっきの戦闘怖かったかな?
No, boo. I haven't seen you in a while. You're ignoring me or evading me. You don't like me. Oh, no. It's not. It's just that. Huh? It looks like that non-human lion was taken away. Non-human lion? Oh my god. I can see a large truck driving away from the park. About that non-human, is it, dead? I doubt it. I chose my words carefully as I questioned Mr. Rindo.
麻酔銃は効かなかったし、すでに何人か人を襲っていたからね。
Oh shit, never mind. I want to say something, but I'm not sure how. Mr. Rindo notices my struggling and starts a conversation.
あの子はね、人間界に住んで長い第二種人外なんだ。確かもう30年になるかな。
Wait, what the fuck? That kid was a type 2 non-human? He actually lived here among the humans for roughly 30 years. What the fuck? Huh? Mr. Rindo forces a smile as he looks at my surprised face. He's not gonna tell us.
さっきのを見た後じゃ信じられないかもしれないけど、普段はおとなしい子猫みたいな姿でね。あの子が人間界に来たのが30年前。一人暮らしのおばあさんの家に迷い込み、そのまま猫と勘違いして飼われて。人間に対して温厚だったこともあって、GPM は彼を第二種人外と認定、生還していたんだけど、先日そのおばあさんが亡くなったんだ。
So he went berserk.
それからというもの、あの子は毎日おばあさんの散歩コースをうろつくようになって、雰囲気が似た人間を見ると襲うようになったんだ。最初はもちろん猫がじゃれるようなものだったんだけど、でもおばあさんが一向に見つからないと分かると、日に日に凶暴化していってね。ついに GPM はあの子を第三種人外として対応せざるを得なくなったんだ。
A type 3 non-human. Impossible to communicate with, deemed hostile based on their behavior.
人外であるあの子には分からなかったんだろうね。人が自分よりずっと早く死ぬものだと。
Mr. Rindo looks in the direction of the truck drove off to. He seems calm and strangely indifferent. It's hard to tell what's really going on inside his head. Time seems to fly by. Mr. Rindo and I take a seat on a bench after Ignis tells us that we both don't look too great. Yikes. As for Ignis, he heads back to the cafe with the groceries so that the meat doesn't spoil. I'm gazing at the GPM members cleaning up after the chaos. I recall the strange speech that Mr. Rindo gave me a while ago. Back then, I didn't really understand what he meant, what he really meant by that. It felt really out of place to me, but now I realize that he was hinting at the potential tragedies that non-humans can bring. I spent a good amount of time with each of the regulars at Enchante. It made me think I knew and understood the non-humans. I thought I knew everything. Girl, you're not gonna know everything from just talking with 4 non-humans when there's probably vast amounts more. But in reality, is she crying? Oh, not yet. She's about to. Humans and non-humans are different. I find myself squeezing my own wrist out of reflex. Out of nowhere, a bottle of milk tea is handed to me. Ooh, milk tea. Milk tea's really good. Like, I've had some, Could make some, too. Maybe I'll have that after I finish this chapter. Thanks, Cafe Enchante.
Kotone-chan.
I missed you. I look up to see Mr. Rindo's smile. Come to think of it, he did say that he was going to the vending machine. Oh, probably just now. Okay. Thank you very much. I take the bottle from Mr. Rindo. He sits down next to me. Yes. Mr. Rindo smiles again and takes a sip from his can of coffee. No, boo, you need to come swing by my place so I can hook you up with some good coffee. I follow suit and take a gulp of the milk tea he just gave me. It was nice and warm, and the sweetness spread through my body.
偶然とはいえ、少しだけ良かったと思ってるよ。君に人外という存在の一端を見せることができたから。
You're the owner of Enchante. I vaguely hear Mr. Rindo's mumble.
人間と人外が共に歩むこと。なんだかすごく素敵な響きに聞こえるのに、最後は不幸になる例をたくさん見てきたよ。炎の体を持つ人外が愛する人間を抱きしめて焼き尽くしてしまったこと。
Ooh, yikes.
水の中でしか生きられない人外が人間の友達と一緒に遊ぼうと思ったばかりに池に引きずり込んで殺してしまったこと。
Damn.
今回のように人と共に生きた人外が先立たれたことを理解できず相手を探してずっとさまよい続けること。特筆すべきは彼らは決して悪意を持って人間を殺したわけじゃないんだ。 ただ自分なりの信頼を表現しようとしたり、自分なりの普通を相手に示そうとして、その結果人間を害してしまっただけ。人外にとっては当たり前のことでも、人間にとっては異常なこと。本来なら誰を恨むべきでもない、常識の違いから来る不幸なすれ違い。でもそれが人間と人外の致命的な食い違いなんだ。
Mr. Rindo speaks in a calm manner, a bit too calm. It was as if he was hiding his true feelings.
ほら、くーちゃん、どうぞ。
What's normal to non-humans isn't normal to humans. No one's really at fault here. It's just a matter of bad misunderstandings. Those are Mr. Rindo's words. I need to ask. Is that what happened to your sister? You have to answer me! You gotta answer that. Come on. Mr. Rindo doesn't say a word. But I could tell he's a bit tense now. Is that form of hers this difference you just brought up? Ooh. I instinctively grab hold of Mr. Rindo's arm, sensing that if he leaves, I'll never be able to ask him again. Yes! Yes, I'm being more forceful this time. You're not escaping. Answer the question. Mr. Rindo, can you please tell me what happened to her? I want to know more about what humans and non-humans really mean to you. I'm so close. God, what are you making that face for? I'm so close to him that I can even see his eyes shaking ever so slightly. It was as if he was trying to fight off his anxieties. Mr. Rindo goes into deep thought. Deep into thought. Will you? Will you? Or are you gonna pull one of those deadbeat dad moves where you just going out for a gallon of milk and you never come back? You'll be dead by the time you want to come back, you bastard. He musters whatever strength he has in him to mumble that in response. I hope you're a man of your word, Rindo. I return to Enchante after parting ways with Mr. Rindo.
Ah! こら、コロロ、触るなってば、こぼれるだろ。
Kororo is getting in the way of Katia trying to do something. Strangely enough, it felt good seeing them playful like that together. I know. Sleepy cute beans. Thanks for keeping watch, Katia, and sorry for being late. By the way, what are you doing?
うわ、もう帰ってきてるし。
What the fuck? Katia quickly places something on the counter before hiding it by standing in front. Boy, what the hell is you doing? Don't be doing no dumb shit. Huh?
おう、ずいぶんかかったじゃねえか。顔色は、大丈夫そうだな。
Sorry you had to carry everything back, Ignis. I feel awful about that.
ああ、気にすんな。それよりこれ見てみろよ。
あ、ちょっとまだそれ途中。
Ignis quickly moves Katia aside. I look at the counter. Is that a coffee float? It's hard to believe, but it looks like Kadia was making an iced coffee float all by himself. That's cute. Never heard of a coffee float. What the fuck? A coffee float. Then again, I try to avoid ice cream like the plague. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's so cute. It's topped with vanilla ice cream and dressed with chocolate to look like Kuroro. That is adorable. Wow, it's so cute. Huh? I don't recall having any ice in the fridge though.
それがあったんだよね。
Well, Kadia is basically a living, breathing ice maker.
牛乳と生クリームと卵黄と砂糖とバニラエッセンスを混ぜて、あとはカリアが持っていればできるアイスがさ。
Lord, y'all gonna abuse this child?
カリアは素晴らしいです。あなたにアイスの神の祝福があらんことを。
What about those of us who are lactose intolerant? Are we cursed by the god of ice cream? Ooh, child, the god of dairy does not like me.
いらないよそんな祝福。というか、俺をアイス製造機みたいに言わないでほしいんだけど。
But baby, that's pretty much what you are. Now go on, make some more ice cubes. Huh? Wait, so Kadia actually made the ice cream?
まあ一応。コーヒーはミシェルが入れたやつだけど。
Oh, look at this child blushing. Bless his heart. Coffee has always helped me serve the coffee here, but I don't recall him seeing him ever making anything before. Maybe he was trying to cheer me up after Ignis told him what happened to me earlier. Thank you, Kadia, Mizir. That should be your staple drink. The Kuroro float or something like that. I don't know, some shit.
別に俺が運べるメニュー増やそうと思って。これならコロロも食べられるし。
Ooh, child, this child blushing. Oh my god. Kuroro jumps up and headbutts. I'm about to say butt. Kuroro jumps up and headbutts Kadia in joy, seemingly trying to match Kadia's energy. What? Kuroro is headbutting you too? You little hussy! That's for me only. Oh, yeah. Kuroro doesn't headbutt Otome. I always thought Kuroro only did that to Ignis.
なんか最近やたらとやられる。
コロロもより一層カリアに懐いたのかな。
パークスの親愛の証だっけ？それにしてはちょっと過激だけどね。
年中溝落ち狙われるこっちはいい迷惑だけどな。んなことよりほら、カリアのフロート飲んでみろよ。メニューにするかどうか確かめてやれよ。
Sure thing. I'll live vicariously through you, Otome. I take a sip of the coffee float. I'm surprised by how perfectly the sweet and bitter blends together. Wow, it's so good! This is amazing!
お、マスター試験は合格？やったね。
Oh, Kadia, child.
アイスなら冷凍庫にもまだあるからさ、好きに使ってみてよ。
Kadia scratches his rosy cheeks. He then takes a scoop of the ice cream from a storage container and gives it to Kuroro. Let's see what the little jelly bean's gonna think. Of course he likes it. I bet it feels colder and tastes better with Kadia scooping and feeding the ice cream to Kuroro. Kuroro lets out a happy squeal. The Ice Fairy Kadia and the Pakus Kororo make a great team. But
人間と人外が共に歩むこと。
of course, girl, you gotta bring something awkward up so it fucks up the whole mood.
なんだかすごく素敵な響きに聞こえるのに、最後は不幸になる例をたくさん見てきたよ。
Mr. Rindo's words come to mind. If Kadia disappeared for some reason, would Kuroro attack innocent humans, just like the non-human I saw back at the park? To be specific, Kadia is also a non-human, but he's lived in this world long enough to be called a human. So one day, they might have to part ways. And when that happens, who knows what kind of danger that will create for them and everyone around. That may not be the only problem that arises. For example, what if Kuroro grows larger and its horns grow just as large and sharp? If that happens, the affectionate headbutt Kuroro gives his friends could end up being fatal.
人外にとっては当たり前のことでも、人間にとっては異常なこと。本来なら誰を恨むべきでもない。常識の違いから来る不幸なすれ違い。でもそれが人間と人外の致命的な食い違いなんだ。
Mizir says that humans and non-humans don't look all that different. Mr. Rindo says that the difference between... excuse me. Let me read that again. I hate reading and yawning in the middle of a sentence. Mr. Rindo says that the differences between humans and non-humans are blatant. I think they are both right in their own way. But you going after Rindo, so Rindo's right. So what are my thoughts on it? My life could depend on this subject, but I don't have a solid answer yet. It's just past 10 p.m. No, it's only 9:30 where I'm at. I would usually be in my room right now. But I'm out here cleaning things up slower than usual in hopes of Mr. Rindo showing up. The others simply returned... I'm getting stuff jumbled up. The others returned back to their world or simply went back to their rooms. The cafe was empty and the air felt much colder than usual. Mr. Rindo did say he'd come during the night, but what happened back there isn't something that can be easily dismissed. For all I know, he may send his usual "I'm busy" text to try and play it off. But I haven't received a text from Mr. Rindo yet. Girl, I know he ain't swerving us. I know he's not swerving us. This is getting nerve-wracking. I was the one who wanted to know more, but now I'm scared to talk about it. I keep cleaning the cafe in hopes that I can calm my racing mind when... Welcome!
こんばんは、かわいいマスターさん。まだ店はやってるかな?
We have extended our... What? Yeah, we have extended our hours today.
お、今宵は僕のための喫茶店か。なんだか嬉しくなる響きだね。
Mr. Rindo wears his usual calm and collected demeanor as he enters. Seeing him act like he usually does puts me at ease. Maybe he's just trying to act normal so that he doesn't put on any pressure. Sasha, read that again. Maybe he's just trying to act normal so that he doesn't put any pressure on me. Mr. Rindo sits down at the counter.
それじゃあ、ひとまずカフェオレでももらおうかな。久々に君のコーヒーが飲みたいよ。
Sure, handsome. Coming right up. I begin to brew the coffee for the Cafe au lait order. So, if I remember correctly, Cafe au lait is just drip coffee with steamed milk, while a latte is an espresso and steamed milk. I hope I'm right. The coffee grinder, I'm just going to talk. The coffee grinder whirs amid the silence, excuse me.
この音に香り。やっぱり落ち着くね。たった1週間来なかっただけなのに、店に来るのがだいぶ久々な気がするよ。
This noise is annoying as fuck. I don't know what you're talking about. Peaceful. I thought you grew tired of the coffee I brewed. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since I've seen Mr. Rindo from this side of the counter.
まさか。それに仮にコーヒーに飽きたとしても、君に会うために店には来るよ。
You know, that's not much of a compliment. It makes it sound like I'm a terrible cafe owner.
僕は別にいいと思うけどね。コーヒーの味ももちろん大事だけど、マスターの人柄とか店の雰囲気とか、どれも同じぐらい大事な要素だよ。ソーアンさんの頃のアンシャンテも好きだったけど、僕は今の方がゆっくりくつろげて好きだよ。あ、これソーアンさんに聞かれたら怒られるかもしれないけどね。
I'm sure he'd be upset. The hot water drips slowly through the freshly ground coffee. We listening to fucking ASMR now. There's a bit of a lull in our conversation. Lull. The dripping gets faster. The sound of dripping of coffee encroaches our moment of silence. Somebody better talk. Mr. Rindo, what kind of conversations did you have with Grandpa?
そうだな。今の僕が君に話しているような話かな。
Which means that you'd playfully tease him like you do to me?
俺、心外。君をからかったことなんて一度もないはずだけどな。
Liar, liar, pants on fire. Mr. Rindo shrugs his shoulders, then looks at me with a wide smile on his face.
よく説教されてたんだ。もっと人間とちゃんと話せってね。
He did?
基本的にソアンさんは何も言わない人だったけど、たまにね。リンド、相変わらずしけた面してんなとか言われて、仕事以外の近況をさ、聞かれたりしたんだ。あの頃の僕は今よりさらに仕事漬けで、きっと視野を広く持てって意味で言ってくれてたんだと思う。人外のこともいいが、それ以外のことを考えろ。もっと人生を楽しめってね。
He squints his eyes in sorrow. It's as if he's mourning Grandpa. All without saying a word. It's as if Mr. Rindo doesn't feel like he has the right to say anything. All because he's with the GPM and is here to monitor the cafe while I can't talk.
そんなソーアンさんのおかげで、僕はこのアンシャンテを通してあの人外のみんなと交流できて、少しずつだけどミシェルたちのことも分かって、ここでの時間も楽しくなってきて、今度はこんな可愛いマスターさんに出会うことができた。
Stop! You're too kind.
だからさ、うまく言えないんだけど、もし僕が GPM を辞めたとしても、この店にはちゃんと来たいんだ。
Oh my.
人外を監視する義務とか関係なく、このアンシャンテの常連と何よりマスターが好きだからね。
Oh, he likes us, y'all. Ah. Ah.
Oh, well, Katonia's worried about her man being financially stable. Are you going to quit your job? He sounded so confident in what he said that I took it as truth. So I couldn't help but ask to make sure. He quietly shakes his head.
やめられないよ。
What do you mean you can't?
やめたいと思ったことは何度もあるけど、雫が人外に変わったあの日とかね。
All right. He opened the door slightly. Now we just gotta put a foot up in that bitch so he can't close it. And ever so naturally, Mr. Rindo touches on the main subject. Your younger sister. Is her name Shizuku? Mr. Rindo nods to answer my question.
雫は僕の妹とは思えないくらい真面目な女の子でね。
Mr. Rindo gazes at the coffee dripping slowly into the cup.
雫は GPM の開発家で帝の同僚として働いてたんだ。
Wow. Wow. Ain't that something?
そんな彼女があんな物言えぬ人外の姿になり果てたのは、僕が妹を雫
What?
を殺し損ねたからなんだ。
What? Rindo Shizuku, younger sister to Rindo Kaoru. A researcher just like Mikado who worked in the GPM R&D department, researching non-humans and paranormals. She was the only one I could call family.
兄さん、今日もまた残業？
ああ、雫か。ちょっとまたトラブルがあってさ。
そう、社食があるんだから、プロテインバーなんて食べてないで、夕飯ぐらいきちんと食べなさいよ。
雫こそ、開発家の連中は不規則の見本市だろ。兄さんは大事な妹が心配だ。
心配しなくて平気よ。アキラと毎日一緒に夕飯食べてるもの。
She legit went out with Akira. Wow.
アキラって、あの帝アキラ？っていうか、名前で呼んで。え？どういうこと？
どういうことって、そういうことよ。じゃあ、先に帰るわ。兄さんも体には気をつけて。
いや、ちょっと雫！兄さんに詳しく話を。
You see, Shizuku and Mikado, R&D workers, were also seeing each other in secret. Shizuku never really relied on me much, mostly due to the age gap between us, and that our parents had passed long ago. She was a perfectionist with so many secrets. So, when I heard she was seeing Mikado and that they were going out, I was a bit relieved. Mikado is a unique character, but I knew he was a good guy that was capable of showing care. Before I knew it, I began spending a lot of time with those two. We had a lot of fun together. I assumed that our futures would resemble as well. Unfortunately, I was wrong. And just like that, everything had changed. Shizuku had done something at work that left a stain on the GPM's records. She was researching for a method to use non-human life forces to rapidly further medical advancements. But she was so obsessed with the results that she insisted on a particularly dangerous experimenting on herself. She suffered the effects of the experiment, turning her into a mindless non-human. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Whoop. Oh my gosh, what the hell is that? Shizuku went on a rampage. She attacked employees and sucked their bodies dry of blood. She was so dangerous that the GPM immediately categorized her as a Type 3 doomed for extermination. Back then, I was working in the intelligence division and was ordered to stop her. I was just able to corner her and was just about to deal the final blow. Oh. Maybe it was the adrenaline from fighting. Maybe it was the fear of my own mortality. Or maybe it was the painful reality of having to kill the only person I could call family. My arm was shaking relentlessly. with every bit of strength left in me. Okay, he doesn't really look that much different. I don't know how long ago this was, but okay, I see the arms. I shouldn't be admiring him, he's bleeding. My lord, Sasha, have some respect. I aimed my gun at Shizuku. Pull the trigger and be done with it. Human turned non-human can't be saved. I knew that well enough. That's why I couldn't let her suffer any longer. I knew that.
Shizuku.
She was the last of my family. She was my perfect younger sister. My finger trembled. I have to kill her. I slowly pull the...
待ってくれ、リンド。
ミカド。
彼女、雫を殺さないでくれ。殺さずとも方法はある。
That's not possible. I should tell him off and get this over with. I knew I was calm at that point, but I still wanted to hear Mikado out and find a solution.
どうするつもりなんだ。
人外の細胞を不活性化する薬剤。まだ研究途中の試作品だが、元通りとは言いかずともきっと。少なくとも凶暴性を抑えることはできるはずだ。それに何より彼女はそう貴重なサンプルにもなりうる。だからどうか雫を殺さないでくれ。
Mikado's pleas made him look like a researcher who was genuinely concerned with saving her in the interest of science. But I knew how he truly felt deep inside. I knew how much he loved Shizuku, even if she was a non-human. Wow. Even if she couldn't be reverted, he wanted her to live. Mikado's feelings were pure and simple. Wow.